Hi YouTube viewers, Zach and I wanted to go ahead and start this channel for y'all called Castle Quest. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel or like our Facebook page. This channel is really just about sharing our adventures as we go. You know, we're not really experts on living in an RV or anything, but I just wanted to share in this video how we started out as a married couple and what we did in the beginning.
At first, we didn't know what we wanted. We went through the natural debate of Class A versus Class C versus trailer versus fifth wheel. We finally ended up on fifth wheel because those are the ones that are designed better for travel, for full-timers. They're made to just kind of last longer in that sense, and they don't have a second engine, so all we would have to do is buy a truck. What really got us to say yes to the fifth wheel was the fact that ultimately it was going to be a cheaper option, and it was going to be a more reliable option as far as what we thought. Our idea was to buy a truck, therefore we could upgrade the truck at any point in time while maintaining the fifth wheel the way it was. You know, start with a cheap truck and then, you know, trade up as we go on from there.
We found this particular fifth wheel, we pretty much fell in love with it the moment we saw it. We kind of drove out into the middle of nowhere to find it in the countryside, and it just felt like we were already on an adventure just to go get the RV itself. It ended up taking around 6 months, which is about how long our engagement was, to shop for our RV. And it was really like last minute. We literally didn't even move into our RV until after we were married and had come back from our honeymoon. I think the advantages to living in a small space like that is the fact that you get to know who you're living with better. It was definitely a dive straight in type of scenario for us. And you know, it's also a cheaper way of living. We love getting close to each other and learning how to live in such a small space. People might see that as a disadvantage, but I think it's actually kind of healthy for your marriage if you do it right and have good communication, which, I mean, we were madly in love when we started out, and we still are, so.
So there are lots of advantages to living in a fifth wheel. For us, the biggest advantage is the price that it costs to do so. We found a spot in a mobile home park. We did run our stove off of propane and our water heater off of propane. That would usually last us, for one tank, it would probably last us 3 to 4 months. So we didn't really factor that much into our bills.
I'd say that the disadvantages to living in a fifth wheel are the fact that, you know, if you don't have a lot of RV friends, you can't get a lot of RV advice. I mean, my mom, she was always there for me, but, you know, she had her own life and I don't want to keep bugging her and stuff. And living in Tennessee with his family, we, you know, we're kind of always questioning how we were doing things. We did end up finding some leaks in our RV, and there was like a gnat infestation that started up. We had to learn how to, you know, empty the tanks and clean out the tank. Zach loves to learn how to fix things, and when we discovered that we had a leak in our shower, instead of paying a lot of money to get it fixed, he wanted to go ahead and just do it himself.
My dad and I actually ripped the wall out, ripped the ceiling out in that area, and we rebuilt that. I believe the heat didn't work, but we didn't really care. Everything else worked perfectly fine. The electrical worked, the water worked. We had no other issues really. So that fifth wheel was a steal. Probably the biggest blessing we could have asked for. It was our first home. First place we lived as a married couple.